Okay. Sure. No, we're not gonna do that. Actually, that's a terrible idea. Can I do like hello? Cool. All right, that's what we're doing. Oh no, did I save it? Okay, this is what a normal day looks like. Oh, the sound. Oh, 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 the sound. Okay, cool, cool. This is what we doing then. All right. Been a while. I had to readjust everything. Sorry about that. Um, so there was a comment on my last video. There's a few comments, 15 actually, about how Ebonite should have been in S tier solely because of the Game Breaker series, which I do agree with. I do agree that the Game Breaker series is really good, but you can't have a company that is carried by one uh, what am I trying to say here? One line, one bowling ball line. Uh, sorry, I've got the Chiefs and Browns game on right now. I'm totally on a roller coaster right here, not focusing. Wow. So I'm watching the Chiefs and Browns game, and this player for the Browns, Harrison Jr. or something like that. I don't know who he is. I don't know. He doesn't seem too good anyway. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if they're on defense or offense. I just had it turned on. I turned it on, and he tackled the running back for the Chiefs off the sidelines, and then he was like sitting over him, like celebrating. And then I guess he said something, so all the other players were like, all the other Chiefs players were coming to like get him off, right? And he just punches this coach that was trying to like keep him from, getting a flag. This Browns player was getting saved by a Chiefs coach, and the Browns player decked him in the jaw. Right. Right. Anywho, um, I've got Ebonite. Gotta focus on this, not look up at the TV. Very professional, big professional. Okay, so it's been a while since I uploaded. But like I was saying, you can't have a company be carried by one bowling ball line that they've had going for who knows how long. You know what I mean? Um, so like same thing with the Rotogrip Idol. I think someone else commented about that on my last video. Like the original Idol, the Idol Pearl Synergy. I'm sure I think there's another one that's been approved to come out this year called the Idol Splash. But anyway, the idols are good, but there's more to it than just looking at one ball line. It goes with the game breakers for Ebonite, despite how good they actually are. I do agree. Those are S tier bowling balls, but that doesn't carry the company. It's not just about that. Anyway, this right here is the Allure Solid. Uh, I've seen it thrown a good bit, and it faintly like reminds me of the Triton Elite or the Latitude Solid by Track. both by track. It seems like a pretty good benchmark ball. It seems also a little overshadowed by some of the other benchmark balls that are on the market right now. Which there's a common theme for that throughout Ebonite's bowling balls is that they're good, but when there's those, oh my god, when there's those things to choose from other companies, you might as well do those because they're better. They are. Like, these aren't the worst that are out that are fitting this specific spot, but they're not the best. With that being said, a lure's solid. This one's hard. I've seen it in action. I've seen it thrown. I've watched videos. I'm probably gonna put it in A tier. I am. If I would, yeah. A tier seems like a fitting spot because it's good. But it doesn't fit the spot for benchmark like some of the other things will. Honestly, it's kind of pushing B tier for me. I'm definitely going to keep it in A tier. And at the end of this, I'll go back and I'll look at it. I'll see if any changes need to be made because I have the website up right here. And I plan on going through and looking at the specs. Like, I already have a good bit to like refresh my mind on what these are supposed to do. Does anybody know if that core is asim or symmetric? That looks asim. That does look asim, doesn't it? It's mid performance. I mean, there's another asim here too. I don't know if the GB4 is asim. I doubt it. That's weird. That actually does change things for me. As a mid performance asim ball, yeah. I really wasn't expecting that, but I don't think it's gonna change much on how I view it. It does change how I see it being used, though, for sure. Anyway, on to the GB4. Obviously, like I was talking about, the Game Breaker series is phenomenal, phenomenal. But I have to put this in S tier immediately. I have wanted one for a while. I probably won't get one for a longer while because I have so many bowling balls that fit the spot that that ball goes into with like no games on them. So I probably will wait until I need to refill that spot, and then I'll definitely come to this. This will be the first thing I come to. Next is the Polaris. It's relatively new. When you think about like a ball like this, I'll come back here. This is very top pro performance. I don't know if that's an order, but it seems like it's pretty dull. Yeah, 500, 1500. That's what it comes at out of box. It says strong overall hook, 0.018 mass bias, Polaris core. So that's a new core. Looks kind of funky. I think that's a new core. I actually think I've seen this one before. I don't know. Honestly, for an A symbol, this does not have the highest diff that's going to be in our list of ASIMs for 15 pounds in this list. And the RG is kind of 15 pounds. There's actually a relatively big difference between 16 and 14. That's very strange. I don't feel like the differences are usually that big. But I was gonna say that for something that you want, for the spot you want this ball to go into, I would rather pick a proton physics or a reality. So again, there's that coming back into play. This ball's just overshadowed. Certainly not something I see putting in my bag for a while. I might try it out. I won't buy it. I'll try it out. I'll see if someone has one. I'll throw it. Why not? So I'm gonna put it in B tier because it could be overshadowed. But if you really like throwing Ebonite stuff, you'll probably end up getting this because surely it can't be that different. They all do relatively the same thing. Um, so yeah, that's where that's gonna go. Puma. So Puma, I actually noticed this was a ball that caught my eye quickly when it came out. Like when it was announced, usually when something's announced, something really catches my eye. And for this release, it was the Puma. Um, Super stoked to see this come back. Uh, because it was an older ball. They just remade it with the. I love this cover stock. I love that they brought that into what's supposed to be a low line ball. So yeah, low differential. RG is it's there. Uh, says length with strong back end, which is good for a weaker ball. That's probably what you want. You want something weak to read the end of the lane because that's when you're going to be using it is when the oil is down there. But again, back to the overshadowing. I believe that I would rather have something else. Um, like a hammer raw solid. I feel like that could definitely compare to the Puma, and I would definitely rather have the raw solid over that. Sorry. So I'm gonna put that up here behind the Allure, because it's really good. It's a brought back ball, nostalgic, and it's just cool. A Puma, right? It's cool. Next we're on to the Game Breaker ASIM, which I believe this is the one with the bigger numbers compared to the Polaris. Oh, well, that's not that different, really. I think a little bit higher diff, if I remember right. 0.008 mass bias. I believe the Polaris had the 0.001. There's some obvious differences between this and the Polaris. I feel like they're not really comparable. This is midline, like you said, um, which is weird to think about. A game breaker being like this. Like, I feel like this doesn't really scream game breaker to me, but I like the nice twist on it. Uh, However, I come back to this again because, as I said in the beginning, it feels like all of them are just overshadowed by other companies. They do good, but if you'd rather go for effectiveness over like appeal or nostalgia, then you're definitely out of luck. Because I don't know. This isn't going to be your one. So next I have the aerodynamics. I actually really enjoy this ball. I enjoy watching people throw it, which you will see a lot of people throw it on TV at least. People that throw a lot of Ebonite, i.e. Tommy Jones. I love the original arrow. The dynamics is a very cool twist on it. As the arrow core 0.013 mass bias, so in between the Polaris and the Gamebreaker ASIM. Lower differential than the Gamebreaker ASIM, and I think that's a lower RG as well, which is nice. It says strong mid lane and back end. Very good. Looking at these numbers, I don't know if the numbers match up, but like mass bias, mid lane, back end, even the color a little bit reminds me of the Trek Strata Solid, um, which is also a very good ball. Very, very good ball. See, these must just be 16 and 14 is a good bit difference too. And then 13, geez. 13, 12. Maybe I just miss that. Every time I look at bowling balls, maybe I just miss the huge difference between the weights. I really didn't think it was that different. Strange. Anyway, aerodynamics is so close to S tier for me. Mm, no, I'm gonna put it at top of A tier in front of the Allure, um, because there's very good ball that's going to be an S tier for sure, easy. I feel like I don't even have to talk about it. We all know where it goes. God, I do not do good at talking for a long period of time because my throat's just scorched. I could pause and go get a drink, but then nah. Anyway, I have the Stinger Hybrid and the Stinger Pearl. Um, I think the Stinger Pearl, like these are both in the lower range, like lower mid performance. Yeah, that's what they call it. The numbers are super similar. The only thing is that the Stinger Pearl is stronger later. It's also, I think it's a little quicker off the spot because it's a pearl. Um, all of that makes sense for a pearl. But the hybrid is earlier, but still has a little bit of back end motion. It's very continuous for a weaker ball. Um, but I threw, I threw one of these. I think it was the pearl. I think I remember throwing the pearl. Now that I'm thinking about it. Um, what was weird about it was that it felt just like a majority of these bowling balls. Like the low performance, almost entry level kind of stuff, they just felt the exact same. Which I get. I get that they're going to feel like really similar because they're all doing the exact same thing and they're supposed to. But I got bored throwing them. I, which is why I'm gonna give it the boring spot in the B tier. No particular order. They're on the same level for me. But like they're good. They're just not phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. Next, I have the Omni Hybrid. This is one of the other ones I threw. I If you have a really high ball speed and if you match up with this ball, let me know because I don't know what that would look like. I don't. I have a bit of a slower ball speed. I'm definitely rev dominant. I throw it like maybe 16 miles an hour with around a 415, 420 rev rate, one handed. Um, so, like, thinking about throwing this ball, I thought it was going to be really good, but I also had no idea that it was like high performance. I'm pretty confident that it has the Omni core, which makes it an ASIM. I was just not impressed. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I really wasn't a huge fan of any of the Omnis. I only remember one other one, I guess, but um, maybe there's a time and place to be throwing it. I tried it on the arsenic pattern. I'm trying to think of how long that is. That's the flat one. I think it's like 41 feet, super flat. It just, I feel like that would have been a time where it might have worked pretty good. Maybe. But also it fell a little too quick off the spot. But um, on to the next one. I'll save this one for last, so we'll go with this one. This is the Game Breaker 2. It's a little hard to see in the color. This is black and red. Obviously, this is one of the best balls Ebonite has ever released, and there's no way that I could even like bring myself to put it in a lower tier. Um, yeah, this is the Game Breaker 2 overall is freaking perfect, as well as the Game Breaker 4. However, having thrown both, I have to say that the Game Breaker 4 has definitely impressed me more. I know, crazy to say. Very crazy to say because everyone loves the GB2. You just can't go wrong with that. Next, we got the red Angry Bird. Um, very, very strong ball. I threw 500 grit on it. It flew out of the building as a red Angry Bird would. I even had like the matching red Angry Bird ball bag for sure, for sure. The black Angry Bird was just too slow for me. Had good pin action, but really at the end of the day was not the one that I was feeling over the red Angry Bird. Let's see the specs. Anywho, easy S tier. As you saw, really high RG, um, low diff, which is nice. I do like that. I like that stuff. It comes in my weight. I throw 15 pounds. And honestly, you just can't go wrong with it. It's a perfect benchmark ball. It takes surface like a champ, never misses spares. You're basically cheating with this thing. So yeah, that's how it would be. Um, I'm gonna end the video here because I can feel that the joke I just made about that ball is corrupting my brain. And sorry again. I literally have not uploaded since June. So I was trying to figure out all my settings in the beginning. I am so lost right now. Like I don't I need to get back on this because I do enjoy doing it and I do enjoy talking to you guys. Like I wanted to show you guys what's crazy uh is the bowling ball company tier list has reached, let's check these analytics out. 388 views. That's crazy. For one of my first like nice. But for one of my like first videos released, this is so cool. Um did they only watch not much of it? Yeah, that's fine. I'll work on keeping you guys engaged, but like cool. Thanks for the views. People only watched it for 3 minutes. I don't care. Um. Anyway, that means a lot to even be close to 400 views on a video. I feel like that's insane, especially since it was my second video ever released. So thank you guys so much for that, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.